My name is Jansu, and I choreographed with Colette and Rebecca a dance about how crystals perceive magmatic processes prior to an eruption.
So my dance is about nitrous oxide, which is a potent greenhouse gas and ozone depletion agent, and how it gets produced in the ocean.
I'm Rebecca. I am a microbiologist. I study gut bacteria, and the dance that I choreographed was about my PhD thesis work, which was looking at how the gut microbiome has changed as human lifestyles changed over time.
And I was also playing around with space within choreography. So there would be moments where the dancers would be moving away from each other, but then coming close to each other. Some of the dancers were dancing together while another one was escaping, doing something different.
And so I had one dancer, I had myself representing the mass spectrometer, and then I had the three other dancers, Kelsey, Rebecca, and Jansu, representing the three atoms in the N2O molecule. And as they were dancing, they broke apart, came back together in the way that the N2O molecule moves, comes apart, comes back together in a mass spectrometer.
You know, a small town girl moves to the big city because she wants to be a star. You know, in a very simplified world, this is what's happening to our gut bacteria. They move to this new environment, and some of them make it big and some of them don't. And so that became the basis of my dance, sort of personifying the bacteria and exploring, you know, sort of from their perspective, what happens as they engage with the new environment.
How did dance impact your PhD research and the research you do now?
Was because my experience as a dancer has been my own experience, I've thought to ask, well, what is it that these crystals are experiencing?
Choreographing this dance gave me a certain clarity of thought about this kind of analytical method that would otherwise be, you know, again, a little bit lost in the details without kind of zooming back out to the general problem we were trying to solve.
The way that I grew up seeing the world as a dancer is something that I brought and has stayed with me as I have become a scientist, and sort of how I navigate the science world.
Thing that we should talk about next is your piece, Kelsey, because this is kind of the next step forward for Art-SCI and the continuation of this important work.
I study the carbon cycle, particularly look at how much carbon dioxide trees take up through the process of photosynthesis. I use two different types of models. Unfortunately, these models don't agree, and we kind of tried to play with showing this through dancers moving at different times but doing the exact same movements.
As a group, we were all in a different stage in our academic career. We were using our passion for dance to help us progress with our research as well. Well, the science was helping us create something visceral, something beautiful. And that in itself was an extremely rewarding process, especially for those of us who spent so many years training to be exceptional dancers, and now having this chance to combine our two passions.
Also, just the uniqueness of being able to find, it was so special to me to find all of these other dancer scientists.
Like, I certainly benefited immensely from having you guys in my grad school life and my artistic life.
As scientists, we can be very introverted and shy and insecure at times, but when you're in a dance studio, there's space and you need to fill it with your friends. Having that opportunity to do that, where you don't necessarily feel the security to do it in your science community, is so nice and empowering. And so I feel like Art-SCI has added that for us.
Just having that sense of community was really, really special to me. And thank you all. Through each of these dances, members of Art-SCI have not only learned about communicating their science, but also about ways in which creative expression of research can impact research itself.